Alright, so the idea of this video is to explain to you how to generate isomers systematically. And the idea is to always generate the carbon framework initially and then move on to functional groups, double bonds, or anything else that might be additionally attached to the carbon framework. So the very first thing that you want to do is you want to understand and see that if you generate a 3-carbon unit propane, it will only be linear. There is no other option to generate this. So if we look at propane for 3 carbons here, we can only generate this one structure, and this is it. So starting from propane, we want to attach different carbon, or the new carbons really, to this framework. And we want to find all the unique positions that generate a new structure. So starting from this propane unit, we can either attach a carbon here, which generates a new structure, or we can also generate another structure by attaching the carbon here. If we attach another carbon on the back here, we regenerate the same structure as we have made when we attach the carbon here in the front. So they are one and the same, and it's something you have to develop where you are able to actually see whether the structures are identical or not. So now onto the 2 structures that we generate for our 4-carbon unit that comes out of this. We get the fully linear structure, this butane or N-butane, and then we also generate this branched structure. So going from this, making the transition from 4 carbons to 5 carbons, we just do the exact same analysis again. So we go and check where can we actually attach the next couple carbons. So looking at the linear structure, there are 2 different possibilities that generate unique structure. It's either there or here. If we attach the next carbon over here on this carbon, we regenerate the structure that is this one, and if we generate the structure where we attach the carbon back here, we regenerate the structure that we made in the first place. So now going to the branched 4-carbon version, we can either attach another carbon here in the middle, or we can attach a carbon here. If we attach a carbon either here on the top or on the right side here, we regenerate the same structure as we have made by generating or by adding another carbon onto the left side. So now let us look at the structures that result from this. We again get 2 different structures per isomer that we've just looked at. So there is the fully linear pentane, there is the branched structure that looks like this, there is a fully branched structure that looks like this, and lastly there is another branched structure that will look like this. Now with every single round of these extensions of your carbon skeleton that you do, what you have to do is you have to look through all of them and figure out whether there are any identical structures in here. And so if you do just that in this particular set of structures, you will see that the second structure, this one, and the last structure, this one, are identical. To carry on, when we want to either attach functional groups to our carbon frameworks, or alternatively if we want to go from 5 carbons to 6 carbons, we now have to eliminate the structures that are identical. If we do not do that, we just generate more work for ourselves. So we eliminate one of the 2 identical structures. So now I will show you the if we actually had to generate a 6-carbon chain here. So for the transition to 6 carbons, we do the exact same thing as we've done before. We again think about different attachment points for our next carbon. So we can either attach the next carbon here, or we can attach it there, generating a branched structure, or we can attach it here in the middle. Now this generates 3 different structures for this. We either get the fully linear hexane, or we generate the branched structure, which looks like this, or we generate this structure. So these are the three resulting structures that we get from the formerly linear structure. Now, if we look at this here, there are a bunch of different attachment points here as well. We can either attach a carbon here, or we can attach a carbon there. If we attach a carbon down here, we regenerate the same structure as what we've done in the first place. We could attach a carbon here, or we could attach a carbon there. Now let's look at the different structures that we get from that. So in total we are generating 1, 2, 3, 4 different structures from that. And sorry for this getting a little bit crowded. So the first structure that we get is I have to count this right. 1, 2, 3 is this one. That's number 1. The next structure that we can make is one, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is this structure. The next one going from this structure would be if we attach another carbon here, so we generate something that looks like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then lastly we can attach the carbon here on the other side, and we generate a structure that looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So these are the structures that we can get from that. And if we look at the fully branched structure that we started out with, we can attach a carbon here, there, there, or there, but we always generate the same structure from that. We cannot attach a carbon in the middle spot because that would make 5 bonds to carbon, and we know that Texas carbons are bad, so we don't want to do that. Now, this structure that we get from that will look like this. Now, these are already quite a lot of structures that we get from that. So right now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 structures. But there are a bunch of structures that are actually similar. So if you look through them, this structure is the same as this structure. So we can eliminate one of them. So this one can go. Now we have to keep looking through this. This structure seems unique, so we don't really have to do anything with that, but this structure happens to be the exact same one as this one. So we can eliminate one of them. And then lastly, if we check this structure and this structure, they are also one and the same. This one and this one. So we can eliminate this structure as well. So we end up with a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 unique structures out of this 6 carbon framework. So this is how you go about doing this when you just have to generate the carbon framework and there would be no functional groups in there, which means no units of unsaturation, and additionally no chlorines, no oxygens, no nitrogens. So this is really just for functionalized carbon chains. Now, in the next video, I will explain how to do the same thing for functionalized molecules.